I've cracked out. I've got 2 moon pools. I've got my prawn. I've got my sea moth. I've got the whole upgrade on both. I've got the pressure regulator Mark III on both.
Yeah.
I did the extra storage because it was easy and I'm a pack rat. Although what they said is I should set up a 3rd moon pool because you should have 2 sea moths. You can have 1 sea moth that's like a pack rat. So you can take it out, drop like all the... You can carry in one of those fragments all the parts you need to set up a scanner station.
Yeah.
So you can take your sea moth out, drop your scanner station, scan, get all your resources, do whatever you need to do in the area. When you're done, go ahead and pack it all back up, put it in the sea moth and go. And then have another sea moth that's your like attack sea moth. That'll have your torpedoes, your electric shock that you can use for exploration and getting to certain places when you don't know what you're going to encounter.
Yep. Well, and of course, having a moon pool for the prawn. I can't wait to get my Cyclops back.
Cyclops back. Oh, because you haven't gotten it in this playthrough, right?
Right.
Yeah, I will definitely... I've wanted to stream Subnautica, but most of the time I'm just like gathering resources. Like, well, I'm cracked out because I'm gathering resources. I've got the chest you can install on the wall, the... What is it, 5x5, so it can carry 25 items.
Yeah.
I have one of those for every thing in the game. So I got 1 for titanium, 1 for salt, 1 for quartz, and I've got the titanium ingots. I got the plate steel ingots, you know, uranium crystal, or uranite crystal, or uranium reactor rods. Like, I have 1 for everything, and almost all of them are full.
Right. That way you don't need to go out and get them, go hunting when you need them.
Yep. And I just figured that, you know, for the first playthrough of me doing that, I should probably not stream that because that's probably boring to have people do resource, you know, streaming. But
to be
like
fair,
what you do where I record it.
Yeah.
What?
To be fair, probably one of the more entertaining bits of mine was when I was my video where I was hunting for crash powder.
Oh man, that is a rough material, man.
Yep.
I got lucky and I got like it right in the beginning, but Lisp is like, dude, what did he say? He had enough stuff before he got the crash powder that he was able to just build. That's what it was. He was able to build a fabrication station gets with you in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
It's the radio that you have to fix.
Yeah, it's the repair tool.
Yeah, you need the repair tool, but you have to do that to do the communication device. What else do you repair that's inside there? You get the fabricator and the health.
Yeah,
so maybe it's just the stasis of the bubble. Anyways, he could build the communications thing before he could get the repair tool to repair the first one.
Huh.
He was not happy.
So maybe that can be an alternative when they figure out that people can do that. Just make one instead of repair.
Are you talking about the stupid blastfish powder?
Yep.
Crashfish powder?
Yep.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, you should.
As you can see.
I have an episode on that.
Yeah, I think because I went for it like immediately after the patch that they like broke it basically, and and literally I made a communicator before I ever got a powder.
But yeah, I would imagine in about 3 episodes I'll probably be building my base.
My base is a very simple base is usually like priority number 2 after food and water for me.
Well,
just so I have a place to store stuff.
Yeah, well, right now I'm using flotation lockers as well as the locker inside the emergency pod, so I'm not worried about that. And
I hoard stuff to a certain extent.
yeah.
Yeah, I had like 15 floating things, and I was like, wow, now that I played this game, I will never do that again.
Yeah, that was.
I'm only
pretty
doing that
Uncharted.
because, like I said, I'm holding off getting the multi-purpose room for now because I know what's coming up.
I just stacked like 12 multi-purpose rooms on top of each other because I'm redoing my base. I had my original base, and now I'm redoing it because I want to make it easier for my Cyclops to get near my base. Plus, I saw something in one of the future updates that stuff can connect to bases, maybe. Yeah. So I'm redoing it, and since multi-purpose rooms are available now, I just stacked a whole bunch of them on top of each other. I'm doing some aquarium things.
It's just annoying getting the bases, the purpose rooms. I still prefer a spread out base just because it's easier to run around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I did it because I wanted the stuff at the top for the aquarium things, and then the solar panels on basically above water.
So welcome to Subminica.
Yeah, really. Solar panels on top. That's cheap. Just put a platform on the surface, put your panels there, and umbilical it.
Yep. Never really had luck with those stupid
power transfer
things, though. Yeah, I just really have not had any luck with them.
They work great for me.
I wonder if it's because I put my solar panels on the... What's that thing called? The thing that you build upon?
The platform?
The foundation?
Yeah, whatever it's called. Thank you, foundation. Maybe because I put it on the foundation, they don't jump. Maybe they have to jump, like you put them on dirt or whatever, and then you put those charge things, and then they transfer to that. Because I've built the foundations and put them down there, and I've never had them jump.
See, the what I'm going to use those for are for thermal generators.
Yeah, so you don't have to build your base right next to the heat, but you can go ahead and transfer it for 24/7, 365.
Yep, because
awesomeness.
Yep.
One, they put my escape pod next to a geyser.
Yeah, there's one that I found the hard way that's right there.
Yeah. In fact, when I'm on top of my life pod, you can see it erupting. So,
nice.
And I know I want to build my base in an area where I don't want it to be too shallow. Because
you can't get to it with the fucking Cyclops.
Cyclops, yeah.
Cyclops, thank you. I'm happy accident I built on the edge of the kelp forest, so I was always able to navigate into it, but happy accident.
Yep. You don't want to use the Cyclops in the safe area.
Nope. Not smart. Not that it takes damage, but it's a bitch.
I've gotten it stuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can get stuck. I almost got mine stuck to the point where I'm like, hey, I think this could get stuck.
Yeah, since it was a few patches ago, luckily when mine did get stuck, I had a propulsion cannon. So I actually
did
had
that with my Seamoth.
Yeah, I actually had to like blow it away.
Propulsion or repulsion?
Repulsion.
Ah, got it. I haven't built... Actually, I have built one. I have not tested one of those yet.
So that was back when the blueprints were in areas that didn't really make sense, and they were all the square blocks. Like, all of them were.
Yeah.
Square question marks?
Yeah.
Yeah, or now the majority of them are the actual item scraps.
Yeah, I loved it when the sea moths started looking like chunks of the ring. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Fading hostile fleet. Damn you aliens. I really wanted to survey the system. You guys are on my shit list. My fleet's almost big enough to take them out. Actually, it is big enough to take them out. I think I'm going to have to give my admiral some battle experience. Wait, my ship's upgrade? Yes, they got level 2 coil guns, so let's crank out 2 more Corvettes and go for it. Razor class. Ha ha ha. I love that name, Mike. Razor class. You're gonna name all my ships from now on. I'm gonna give you emails in the middle of the night.
And then call me. Why haven't you answered my email?
Pretty much. It's okay. I can always rename them after the fact, so you can name them the next day. It's cool.
Great.
You're constantly upgrading them because as you research new reactors and weapons and stuff, you're upgrading certain components of the ships, but you're not rebuilding the fleet, so
yeah,
you have lots of opportunities. It's the perfect mix of like galactic, like government management, international affairs policy, imperial expansion, and military, and like even like fleet control. Plus almost all of this can be automated to whatever extent you'd like, and the AI is actually really efficient. You can give it directions for like minerals or energy output or balance or research or whatever, and it's very enjoyable. You can micromanage as much or as little as you want. I'm really looking forward to it in a couple patches when they balance a couple more issues.
Right. That area is done. I still need gravel for that bit.
The name of this game, if you play it, is the first like 20 years mineral grab. Mineral grab. All you care about is mining minerals and just enough energy to support your mineral mines.
Because you're not going to encounter anything for the first bit.
If you're unlucky, you will, but it doesn't matter. You need minerals to build ships. So like it's all about minerals so that you can build enough infrastructure to start building research. And then it's all about research for like mid game, because that gives you a technological edge over your enemies. But yeah, you need minerals in the beginning, and that was a mistake I was made for the first like 30 hours of gameplay. I was trying to be more balanced about everything. But just deal with the shitty research, focus on minerals. Once you can get 34 minerals a month, then you can start expanding into energy and minerals and diversify your empire. But as long as you have a supply of minerals, you can afford to build a mining station a month or a ship a month, and then you can actually start cranking things out. Otherwise, you're waiting 3 or 4 months before every build command.
Right, because and that's going to delay you.
Exactly. The whole name of the game, because the galaxy's so big and your ships move relatively slow, the name of the game is really maximizing their efficiency and minimizing their downtime. So you want to make sure you have enough minerals on hand when this ship is done building what it's building to queue the next thing it should build.
You're right.
They did such a good job with this. It's their first grand RTS they've ever made too, and it's like better than any other game in the genre. So good.
It's nighttime and it's raining.
Yep.
Yay. I miss you building in the desert because of the lag.
Yeah, there's no desert nearby. Like, it took us forever to find a desert, and when we did, it was so far away.
There's that one at the end of your 1,000-meter railroad, just on the edge of the village, right? Is that the closest one?
Yes.
Yeah, that sucks.
And that's where I will eventually, build, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Huh. Well, at least you got the road there. That's nice.
Yeah, but that's one of the I built that long rail for 2 purposes. One was to get the 1,000, but it was also to get out to a desert, so I can have base number 2.
Yes. Gotcha.
Because I just always build in the desert.
I know it used to be because of performance issues, and now it's just nostalgic, right?
I just hate freaking rain.
Oh. I like the snow because it doesn't give the performance issues of rain, but yet it's snow, and I love snow. So I always try to find the highest mountain around. Plus, it lets me do my ice sculptures, which I had a huge setback and totally pissed me off when a bunch of my shit was being melted. So my stuff was on hold until I could think of a better solution. They changed it a little bit. It's now based on light level that melts it. Because I used to be able to use redstone, it wouldn't melt ice, but now redstone will because it raises the light level to 7, which is the threshold. So either they drop the threshold from 8 to 7, or they I don't know, they did something. Sean, is it possible to modify the world and change the ice melt from 7 to 8 light level, 8, 7 to 8, or is that hard coded?
Through a mod maybe, but definitely not something easy to do.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That is a lightning storm.
Yes, that was.
You know, it's probably Sean fucking with you, that asshole.
I would never do that.
You're on a recording saying it, Mr. Nixon.
Make sure it's ready, right? Good.
That's your new catchphrase, Sean. I am not a crook. First contact with an alien species. Woo. Let's see. They are an enlightened monarchy, harmonious collective. Hey, that bodes well for peaceful neighbors. They're pacifists and fanatic collectivists, which means they like trading. Greetings from the unified Adex states. We are a peaceful nation, justly ruled by our beloved King Anal. Whatever grievances might arise between our people in the future, we hope that they can be settled through dialogue rather than violence. We are pleased to meet you. Yep, that's my response.
So you already get a judge of how they are through those different descriptions.
Yeah, every race has modifiers, and you can choose them if you want to build a custom race or the preset ones. And they tell you if they're militarist or pacifist or spiritualist or whatever, and that gives you an idea of whether they're xenophobic or xenophilic, and how much they like you, and all those things. It all boils down to plus and minus stats to an overall opinion of you, and that affects their willingness to enter into everything from trade bargains to federations and pacts and all this stuff. And the system, it's just like Crusader Kings, and all these numbers are being calculated for everybody. So people go to war all the time, and if you're allies, you have to go to, if you have defensive pact, you're obligated to go to war with them and all these things. And so diplomacy's tricky. They're receptive to me. Ooh, I want to form a non-aggression pact because that builds trust, and they're amenable to it. They accepted, yay.
They accepted Nukem.
Yeah, I heard an explosion.
Eventually. I am playing as humans, and our starting weapon tech are nuclear missiles, so...
I won't shoot you if you don't shoot me? Okay, we won't shoot you, suckers.
I imagine that lightning is hitting creepers.
Here you go. Okay, so these special projects happen all the time. Special project completed. Once the ship drifting by XU-46 had been towed out of the debris, we could send in an away team to investigate. It is a murder scene. Only one crew member has been found, a long-eared amphibian biped who appears to have been stabbed repeatedly. The ship is, by the death of its crew, up for grabs. It is fitted with very efficient thrusters, structure and design of which are beyond us at present. The vehicle is not armed, seemingly to have been used as a transport for important personnel. Repurposing it into an exploration vessel would be a minor undertaking. However, if we dedicate instead deconstruct it and study the engines in greater detail, we could maybe capture some of this ingenious and translate it into practical improvements for our fleet. So it now gives me two options. I can either repurpose it and turn it into a science vessel and I gain a science ship, or I can tear it down, study the engines, at which point my Empire gains the enhanced ship speed modifier. And I'm pretty sure I want an Empire-wide ship modifier way more than an extra fucking science vessel, which cost me like 70 metal to build.
Right.
So, but the game throws things at you all the time, like I have no idea, like maybe one every couple minutes of real time. It's all randoms, and there's tens of thousands of these events. So you'll play the game for 300 hours and then you'll see one you never seen before. It's how it was in Crusader Kings. Okay, so what was my bonus? Let's see what my bonus was. Ooh, enhanced ship speed. I got plus 15% to evasion and plus 15% to sublight speed to all ships. That is insane, because evasion is like the single most important stat.
It avoids your ships getting hurt, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, because weapons come in small, large, and extra large, and the larger the weapon, the more difficulty it has hitting the smaller of the target. So if you have just a whole ship of cruisers and you swarm it with a bunch of corvettes, you'll win. The corvettes will win because the battleship's weapons can't hit them. They can't track fast enough. And the evasion of the ships are so fast, the corvettes are so fast they can't be hit. So you have to have a mix in your fleet of small and large weapons so that you can counter all the different things. But having high evasion, my evasion is now 73% my corvettes. That means that they're all but impervious to anything that's not a small kinetic or energy based, like really fast weapon. So right now that doesn't do much for them early game, but late game that'll make my corvettes lethal. Bigger ships, yeah, that's fun. That's nothing I've ever had before, and this is like my 4th playthrough. I died in there 3.
All right.
I'm naming all my colonies after Star Wars planets because I needed a naming theme that I wouldn't easily forget. You can rename all the systems in the game that are within your territory, so that's actually a good strategy in time. Oh, so my neighbor's right there. Okay, so no more Westboro expansion for me. Guess I need that. I need to armor up that flank there. Defense is a huge part of this game.
Well, yeah, just because somebody's your friends today doesn't mean they'll be your enemy tomorrow.
Exactly. Now, I would like to enter into some kind of defense pact or even federation with this guy, which essentially adds that buffer to my territory, but who knows where that'll go this early in the game. Yeah, so always be safe. Resources are so scarce, though. It's hard to devote stuff to defense when you really need it to grow, which will give you more stuff for defense in the long run, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a trade-off. So I just try to keep a nice, strong mobile fleet at the minimum. Uh-oh, election's underway. Is my bitch gonna win? No, I need to. I'm gonna spend some support on her. Hello, puppy. I'll let you out. Hold on. Okay. All right, time to cut my navy's fleet in combat here. Take out this pirate station. It's been harassing me. Teach you to defect. I feel like the British in the Caribbean. Graphics really beautiful too. That's where the homeworld aspect
we are
comes
playing
in.
on PC.
Advertisement in effect.
Alright, but we have been running a little over 3 hours. I think this is a good ending point for today. So I'm going to end the stream. So everyone, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you need to on whatever platform. And we will see you next time. Later.
See you later.
Hasta. Hasta.